right, hello New York. Yeah. All right. So we are #Chain. We are a blockchain accelerator focused on expansion of blockchain utility globally. So I'm Spencer, the founding partner of #Chain. We are a decentralized, distributed nonprofit accelerator. Take whatever you got from that phrase, but essentially it is what it is, right? And let me share with you a little bit about our journey over the past 3 months with the founders and the company. So we started, oh wow, go to the second stage, all right. Okay. So we started the journey sometime in June, July, when we first thought about doing an accelerator. I think at the time we saw a lot of interesting incubators, funds popping up by the exchanges, by consensus, and by many other stakeholders in the entire community. And we thought, this is great, but we wanted to create an accelerator that was a little bit different, right? In a non-profit way, distributed, where we can be as lean as possible, hopefully run everything under $5,000 if we can. And we put ourselves to the challenge, right, to see if we can do that and make it happen. So we started talking to a lot of people, founders, funds, people that we know, for introductions, for any companies who might be interested. And it turns out, I think we got a pretty interesting batch of companies that were interested. And we shortlisted down to 10 companies for the accelerator. The companies came from many different places. Today you will hear from people from San Francisco, LA, Kenya, Hong Kong, Singapore, Shanghai. So it's kind of interesting how everyone's come from all over the world, working on different things, trying to build their own ecosystems, either in the local communities or in the blockchain project they're integrated with, or others. And of course, during the program, we brought these companies, to places like Singapore, to Beijing, to understand what's happening in Asia. Right? We all know that Asia is extremely interesting for crypto and blockchain, but we wanted to let them, kind of interact with the people and stakeholders in the space. And of course, we brought on a lot of interesting guest speakers, partners, friends, advisors that we know, to share their perspectives from their experience building projects since 2 years or 3 years, or even longer than that. One of our speakers has been in the crypto community since 2011, and he shared the team's perspectives in Beijing as well. And of course, we went for events and we focus on growth of companies, market fit, a lot of these interesting things that we, for me, my experience in the startup space has helped me along with. And of course, the stand-up pitch rehearsals and today, you guys are here. So I really want to thank all of you for coming here. I know that it's a midday on a Monday, so I really appreciate you spending some time with us today. And we'll try to make it as interesting as possible. So each of the pitches will be around 4 minutes. It'll be very, very quick. Just hopefully enough information for you to get an understanding of what the companies are about. And then later on during the breakout sessions, you guys can feel free to say hi to them, find out more information, and get some of the burning questions addressed. So I think this event wouldn't have happened without the support of Rise New York. It's an amazing space. So I want to hand over the floor to Liz to share a little bit more about Rise and also what they're focused on. Liz, please.
Hi guys, my name is Liz, I work for Rise. We are Barclays Open Innovation Platform. So we are part shared working space, part event space, which you're in, and part accelerator upstairs for fintech companies. We have about 60 different startups in the space right now and 7 global locations. So the whole goal of us is to be the fintech hub of the world. So if any of you guys have questions or are interested in hosting your own event or interested in space to work out of, I'll be at the front desk and you can come talk to me later, okay? Thanks.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I want to give a special shout out, I think, to quite a few friends in the community. I know I didn't put any names here, but I think the community members, when the people who helped us along in this journey, when they see this slide, they probably know who you are. Basically, anyone who has gave some feedback to us, when we were first starting out with not a program, to people who came on to share with the companies, who introduced key customers, investors, and also potentially help these guys with very interesting things like Ego, for example. Really want to thank you guys, for the support. Yeah. So, without further ado, I would like to just say a little bit before I invite the first founder on board to share with you guys more. So, I think when we put together this demo day lineup, of course we knew that a lot of people, some of our founders could not attend in person. They either have businesses, for example, back home, or there's some situation that they have to attend to. So we try to have as good a representation as possible, but you hear from all of the companies, right? Either in video or either in person, right? And I'm sure the ones in video are just as exciting as the ones who are going to speak to you live. So with that, I would like to welcome Mark from Accio Labs.
The first one is to be tested.
Awesome. Hi, my name is Mark, and I'm one of the founders of Accio Labs. Accio is the missing data layer for blockchain. We help companies understand users, gather project insights, and build custom solutions so they can grow their business. My co-founder Wanji and I have been friends since UC Berkeley, where we were building apps and websites for nonprofits. Since then, we've been working at large tech companies in the Bay Area to build out large data systems at companies like Asana, Yelp, and Pinterest. Before we started Accio, we talked to 50 of the biggest companies in the blockchain space to understand what their biggest problems are. The most common and highest priority questions that they had included the ability to understand their users and investors, answer key questions around liquidity, ownership, and competitors, and build out new features into their apps using real-time data. We noticed a trend across all of these problems, and that was blockchain companies lack tools to make and carry out data-driven decisions. So we set out to solve that. There's a fundamental data layer that is missing from blockchain that gives companies an easy and flexible way to transform the data and make it actually useful. This missing layer would allow companies to actually understand their users, answer key business questions, and build out custom solutions. Let me show you the ways that Accio is solving this. We built and released our first product by working closely with our early paying customer, 0x. Tom, a product manager from 0x, needed a data pipeline to perform competitor analysis. Tom and 0x now use Accio to automatically pull in all smart contract events into their analysis infrastructure so they can answer these key business questions. Victor, a founder of Trust Wallet, wanted to build in real-time push notifications for their users. Trust Wallet is now integrating with Accio to pull in real-time smart contract data, turning that into push notifications to better engage their users and create a better product experience. These are just two examples of what we started with Accio and what Accio can enable, and we're just getting started. From a single wallet address, we can take all the data that we have to automatically construct a user profile of all the on-chain data. A bunch of companies in our sales pipeline want this in order to better understand their users and their investors. We also have interest from hedge funds and venture funds who want to use us to make investment decisions and to actually help out their portfolio companies. In the future, we believe that companies from the Fortune 500 will also use us to pull in all data from the blockchain, transform it, and make it useful for them as well. We model our revenue off of existing software as a service companies such as Looker and Segment. We have a monthly subscription that is based on the amount of data that our companies consume. As more users generate more smart contract events, this will lead to more data consumption from the blockchain, which leads to more revenue. Accio is the missing data layer for blockchain. We help companies understand users, gather product insights, and build custom solutions. We already have paying customers, including 0x and Trust Wallet. If you have any interest, again, we are Akio Labs. My name is Mark. I'd love to talk to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Apologies for the clicker. Oh my God. Technology. Can we solve that? All right, for the next company, Betterbound. So I want to just share a little bit about the company before I kind of play the video. So the company, because of some personal reasons, I'm not able to attend today. But wanted to share that this company, when we first talked to them, they were two guys in the garage who wanted to build a auction game. There are a lot of interesting studios, right? So when we think about auction games today, we think about CryptoKitties, we think about Ether1 and all these other projects. The reality though is many of these games are still not playable by regular people. You can't really have a very engaging 20 minutes, 30-minute session to play on the other end. And I think Betterbound, from this video, you can probably get a glimpse of how they kind of do that, from an interface perspective. And it's going to be a little bit loud. So if you have to cover your ears, please do that. This is a trading card game. Essentially, users can select the kind of cards that you have, and then essentially start a game. The other party you want over here, basically you can play any card that he or she thinks that is fighting against you. And now you can then battle against more characters. And essentially I need mana points to be able to play the cards, and if I attack them, the health points of the other person decreases. And of course, if I were to reduce the person's health to 0, I win. So that is essentially how the game is. And if you look at the artwork, everything is original. Think about the artwork itself. And yeah. So the plan for this team is actually, they are thinking about open sourcing the game. So every single thing that you see over here will be open source for the community. So they'll probably be doing that in the next couple of weeks. So any game developers, any companies who are thinking about building their own engaging game can look at the code, can fork it and do more with that. So that's their contribution in a way to the community.
All right, that's the dialogue, guys.
Next up, we'll have Jason from Ubuntu. Jason, please.
Hey everybody. I have a really simple question to start with. Who do you trust?
Friends. Family.
Friends, family?
Jason.
Me? Yeah. Well, you know me, that works. So I've asked that question to a couple thousand people actually on 5 continents. And everybody tends to answer the exact same way. We all trust our family, our friends, and ourselves. People that we know. Nielsen confirms this. Huge global study, 56 countries, 28,000 people. 92% of people trust personal recommendations from people that they know over any other source of information in governing a purchasing decision. My name is Jason. I'm the founder and CEO of Ubuntu Technologies from Nairobi, Kenya. And we're bringing this into the blockchain. We asked ourselves the next question after the question, who do you trust? Everybody answered this way, and we said, well, then why is it that the entire trust infrastructure of the internet is built on absolutely nothing to do with how we actually trust as people? It's built on anonymous star ratings that are aggregated to remove all utility and nuance from them. They're built on reviews from people we don't know. We have no idea if they share our values or preferences, or if it's a real review at all, or if it was bought in a review farm somewhere. There's a huge ecosystem for all of this. The worst thing, it might be a store, where they take everything about a person as an individual, they condense it down into one number, and they say this is a 7.3 trustable person with a confidence interval of 81%. What does that mean? Will you leave your 2-year-old with a 7.3 trustable nanny that has an 81% confidence interval? Up to you. So Eric Schmidt actually said it best, that in a network world, trust is the most important currency. We thought this was quite brilliant, and we tried to build on exactly this statement. So we are tokenizing trust for the sharing economy. So what does that actually mean? Well, in a relational economy of trust, where this is your currency, you should be actually able to earn by building trust. On the other hand, you should not be able to buy trust. So on the one hand, you can stake coins on endorsements of a trusted service provider, and when that service provider helps deliver good outcomes for your friends and other people that see that recommendation, you're actually earning off of that. So in our protocol, you could actually make equivalence to building trust as the mining process. Oh, too much. Back up. Okay, so how do we get to where we are today? It's not really a coincidence. So we started about 5 years ago as the very first taxi app anywhere in Africa, in Nairobi in 2013. And we realized that there was a fundamental difference in the taxi problem in Kenya and in California. In California, the question is, how do I get a taxi? Nobody in Nairobi has that problem. Everybody has the problem, how do I get a taxi that I trust? This is a fundamentally different problem that recognizes service providers as individuals, not as commodities to be replaced one by another. So we said, how do we build an app that actually speaks to that from the ground up? So we started looking at our users' relationships from their phone, from their Facebook, looking at their usage history of the app, and also looking at contextual data from the world around them. Is it day or night? Safe place or dangerous place? Business meeting, personal meeting? All of these things are influencing our decisions in real time. So we're pulling all of these factors together with a very clever AI that I don't really understand, and to make trust recommendations that are flexible, that are personalized, that are contextualized, and that are transparent to the user. So we can give really nuanced and contextually aware recommendations that help users get better outcomes. We've learned a huge amount about trust in the past few years running our trust engine. So we've learned that 96% of people will actually choose a socially recommended service provider over an anonymous service provider, even if the star difference is like 5 stars down to 2 stars. And the platforms that are our clients for this trust engine, they get 20% better conversion, they get 15% better satisfaction when they're using our trust engine. We started as trust infrastructure for transport in Africa, and our goal is to become horizontal trust infrastructure for the entire sharing economy globally. So if you think about any transaction that's exposing your home, your health, your business, your family, or your assets to any sort of risk, these are transactions that are based overwhelmingly on trust. Where have we come? So we actually run our mobility network, our app for taxi as a franchise network. We have 26 countries all over Africa where we have franchises signed, about $70,000 in monthly recurring revenue just from the mobility space. And we've just started piloting now in several other sectors. So we're looking at doctor discovery and telehealth. We're working on peer-to-peer financial services all over Africa with a Pan-African lending platform. And we're working on local on-demand services like, actually the one I'm really excited about is hairdressers in Nairobi, which if you've been to Nairobi, you understand that this is a really important thing that people need. So the team required to take on something as ambitious as trust, we're actually led by our CTO, Dr. Bastian Blankenberg. He did his PhD in game theoretical multi-agent systems and distributed AI for trust. In other words, exactly what we do. We also have an R&D partnership with the University of Southampton in the UK, led by Professor of AI, Gopal Ramcharan. We have investment from Matt Papadopoulos. Many might know from Google, Facebook, and NVIDIA. We also have Artem Schuster, the head of marketing and partnerships for Africa, Middle East, and Russia, for PayPal, of course, Spencer. My name is Jason, as I mentioned. My background is in consulting. I've worked on projects totaling about $3 billion in around 40 countries around the world. We're starting our token sale basically today. We've released the new version of our white paper. You can find it in our Telegram group and online on our website. We are very excited to be here in New York to meet you. If you want to talk to me afterwards, please come up. We're also doing quite a lot to build the African ecosystem for crypto in general. So we have some training programs that we're supporting. We have a co-working space for AI and blockchain, and actually an exchange product that's helping build the fiat on-ramps for crypto in Africa. So if you're interested in trust or any of these things, let me know. Thanks.
Right, thank you, Jason. Next, we have a video. So as you can see, you kind of know how this works now. We have a video as well as a presentation. Before I play the video, from Leon, just wanted to kind of share. So Leon is actually a team from Singapore. As a team, Findex, one of the main projects that they're working on is a decentralized EOS exchange. I just want to kind of share with you guys as well. They during the course of the 3 months in the Accelerator program, they also became a top 21 block producer for EOS. So they are very, very entrenched in the EOS community. So if you guys have any questions about EOS, you can reach out to Leon as well.
Having index in Chain Accelerator program. Over the past 3 months, our team has worked extremely hard to bring index to the EOS blockchain community. Findex is a decentralized exchange that's built on EOS blockchain for the EOS community. Our exchange went live 4 weeks ago, and currently is over a dozen of the most popular tokens, token pairs from end user to trade. We have also developed a mobile version of the Findex exchange platform. Currently, our mobile version is only accessible via our integration to the other mobile application. This will become clearly as I discuss our B2B strategy in the following slides. In addition to direct trading at end users, Findex specializes in customizable B2B solution. Basically, we are offering other use products the ability to integrate the index exchange into their own desktop website or mobile application. So why would a project want to integrate an exchange to their mobile app? Unlike traditional assets such as shares, cryptocurrency and token technical has a purpose and utility function. For example, in the hot game sector, end users must purchase a project token in order to play their game. With the external exchange and buy the token first before playing the game. By integrating index directly into the project, the end user can purchase and sell respective tokens all within that project mobile or desktop interface. Okay, let me show you a live example of a recent integration we have accomplished. This slide showcases a recently integration we did it for one of the most popular games right now on EOS. As you can see, the mobile interface has been directly integrated into the FedEx mobile application. Their users can conveniently open the exchange from within the app and conduct the necessary trade. Do you notice something odd? The Findex logo is nowhere to be seen. There are also no other trading pairs available beside the project token. This is our key value proposition, as we are offering our partner a fully customizable exchange that's a special design and tailored for their needs. Another benefit is our integration will have access to the same order book and share liquidity. FedEx has been very happy with this, and we are currently has several other applications in pipeline. This slide is showing another integration we did for token pockets. Token pocket is a wallet that hosts the most popular DApps right now within the EOS community. If you follow the red arrow on the red image, you can see the index logo. And here is another example in the popular Bitcoin wallet. Here is another EOS Link wallet. So, who is index? We are based in Singapore, along with the rest of our tech team. We also have
We have teams in Sydney as well.
in Australia and Czech Republic. That's what's amazing about the new area of the blockchain. Everything is so global and decentralized. We would like to invite everyone to join our Index Telegram community to stay in touch and ask any question. If you have a project or to integrate into Index, please contact us. Thank you, everyone.
We've been watching the video, so thank you.
I felt like he was live.
The lag is like really like live, right? Next up, we will have Jacob from Giselle. Jacob, please.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm from the MIT Decentralized Information Group, where I was advised by Tim Berners-Lee. And my co-founder, Marty Greener, is the former CTO of Reddit. What this means is that we spend a lot of time on the internet. And yeah, probably you guys have also seen these really sketchy checkout pages where you enter your credit card and you're like, dang, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And wouldn't it be really great if you could take your favorite payments checkout module and bring it with you to every website that you go to? Well, there's no real technical reason that this shouldn't be possible. It's just the lack of a protocol. We're the Gestalt protocol. The protocol to build vertically decentralized applications. It's a new class of modular application that I think has a lot more immediate potential even than dApps as we've conceived of them so far. Current Ethereum dApps are less than 1K daily active users, but this I think is maybe the potential that we can do. So I have a friend, Zach Stone, who started who, as his PhD thesis at Harvard, built the best face recognition API by all standard metrics. And he seriously considered starting a company doing some looked into it, and he decided not to, because it would take months and months to market it, it would cost millions of dollars, and by that time, since AI moves so fast, it would probably be even obsolete. So instead, he sold it to Apple. Now, in a real meritocracy, it would be great if it could magically be used by everyone who could have benefited from it. Our protocol enables this. So instead of saying, I'm going to use a developer building with our protocol, instead of saying, I'm going to use a particular face recognition API to perform a given task, they say, I would like to use a face recognition API, and at runtime, it will find you the best face recognition API. So how does it do this? Well, first, the user can just swap it in. They have the full autonomy, but we're going to start an API ranking service by default. Anyone can start one. We're just going to start the first one that ranks, okay, what's the best face recognition API? What's the second best? What's the third best? And at runtime, it chooses that one. It's awesome. Now, a really good example of this that's beyond just code maintenance, of why this produces a fundamental revolution in how software is developed, comes when you look at systems of local service providers. So let's consider SMS for a second. Twilio is the most popular face recognition API in the US, but it really is way overpriced if you want to send a text message to India. It's even more expensive than that. There's local service providers, more reliable and way, way cheaper, called textlocal.in in India. And with our protocol, at runtime, when it's sending that text message to India, it goes and it says, okay, what's the best provider for India? I'll swap that in. And since the applications are all modular, since we've made a standard, a protocol that everyone knows what a text messaging API looks like, this is awesome. Now, many of you guys were at Korea Blockchain Week probably. Did anyone notice that Google Maps didn't work? This is because they actually restrict GPS data for non-Korean companies. If our protocol were used, any app that relies on Google Maps could have swapped in Korea's GPS provider at runtime. Now, in terms of making this actually work, you guys know about API credits, like you've heard of AWS credits probably. The issue is, since you don't know what APIs are going to be used until runtime, you can't possibly put your credit card in and buy credits for this. So you need some kind of universal API credit. And here we enter the universal API credit token. That's 2 slides away. API credit is very large. API credit is very large. It's like $1 trillion in 2018. And McKinsey expects it to triple over the next 12 months, and that's without our protocol. And I think our protocol vastly incentivizes API developers, so it's going to be a lot bigger. And APIs aren't just trivial. They are just a little piece of the web. They are the web. The entire programmable web is API. So there's a very good reason that it's eating the world, and it's only going to get bigger. And what I was going to say is universal API credit token is, imagine instead of just buying an AWS credit, you can buy a token. You can buy credit on any possible API. Our model is an access token, not a payments token. So you have to hold 2% of your last month's revenue in tokens to continue using the network. So it actually has a value. It's not just fluctuating wildly. Doing a sale in the next 2 weeks if you're interested. Long-term vision here. So the web itself took off when its precursors didn't. In part because it was a decentralized solution. Something that no organization ran, and even though there are huge disadvantages to decentralization, because no central organization was running it, developers could have confidence that if they built an app in this way, there was no one else that could make it stop working. And the blockchain has enabled, suddenly, the creation of apps this way. This is what we're creating.
Thank you, Jacob. All right, so next up, we don't have a video. Surprise! We have Edwin from Dayjob.
Hi, I'm Edwin, and I'm the founder of Daydrop. Daydrop's a trivia game that makes it fun to learn about crypto, and you get to earn free crypto by answering questions. Let's start by seeing a demo of our training team. So what we do is we bring the popular trivia game format to the crypto world to help it go more mainstream. The crypto game format's been really popularized by HQ Trivia in the US, and then quickly spawned lots of clones, Jam in Korea, Logo in India, Tunggao in China, and Panyan in Thailand. So this game is, our day job is suitable for all different players in the crypto ecosphere, whether you're token projects, NFT projects, or services such as wallets or exchange that look that want to get more exposure for your service. So the current ecosystem is like this right now on the left, on your left. So we have exchanges at the top, serving whales, those niche whales market, wallets in the middle, serving early adopters, and Daydrop is positioning ourselves for the newbies, all the new people, all the masses getting into crypto. On your right is how we plan to expand and grow with our users as we move up the value chain. We started this in July. We raised a small seed round from NGC, and we progressed with these milestones, starting with launching our alpha in September on iOS and Android, signing our first sponsors also in September, getting approved on the China App Store, and for anyone that's done work with crypto in China knows that that is a lot of headache. Once we were approved, we quickly signed 7 more sponsors in October, and as of last week in October, we started our public beta, and we have about 1,000 players per game right now. This month, we're already testing our WeChat mini app so that players can play without downloading any app and can play directly on WeChat. A little more detail on our sponsors. Right now we have 7 sponsors that we've signed up from all around the world, and as of last week too, we've signed up our first exchange that will be promoting their exchange through our game. As you see from the demo, our first game is in Chinese, and we hope to expand into English and Korean in the coming year. A little bit about our team. We all come from entertainment and technology, but from different corners of it. I used to be at the NBA in China, managing the official website for China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan, including all the live games that the website broadcasts. Simon was one of the founding members of the Weibo tech team, which is a giant social media network in China. Eli was the creative director in China that did all the interactive ads for Hotai. And that's it.
Thank you, Irvin. I was supposed to actually give him the mic to hook up, but it's like, okay, you gotta use the mic. Alright, next up we have a video presentation from Petcraft 3D. They are also a blockchain game based in Hong Kong. And it is like the previous one as well, you'll see that it's live.
Guys, this is Doris. I'm the CMO of Hackman. Hi guys, thank you a lot for kindly participating and thank you a lot for spending time this event. I know people say that game world is the catalyst for blockchain mass adoption. My team and I think that it may be true if we try hard. The industry hasn't seen the real game, a fun and playful game in traditional meaning, due to the unclear underlying ecosystem, the low transaction capacity, and the high gas speed. But an open, distributed environment will always be needed, and thus we created Packcraft. The Packcraft is the first national war-themed strategy game. Players begin with pack reading, but can experience city conquering, strategy competition, guild, even create new content for the game. Our game is based on new world map, and all game logic is on-chain. We mainly focus on the city battle design, but people in the same city can suffer relatively loss during the battle, and thus force the community of interest we call it love and hatred. We now introduce the past character from the famous IP to boost the attraction. Now the IP comes from the Korean movie Underdog, which is a 2018 Virtual International Film Festival premiere film and won the prize of Best Cartoon Film of 2018 Silk Road International Film Festival. The IP now has 114 million views in Weibo. We have opened up pre-sale last week as the price of the IP I mentioned about, Mongqi, has now reached 9.8 Ethereum. We are now cooperating with qualified and talented companies from worldwide. For example, the Hong Kong listed company, Noto Interactive, and Japanese company, Linkcast. And here are the media news of our game and other cooperation. We believe that a good game played with thought, but a great game played with emotion. We create conflicts and entrance. Make players have emotional attachment with the characters. We think a fun game with decentralized experience. What is yours will always be yours, and you can create whatever you want. We'll launch our game in the early next month. So please check our website for more detail. Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Doris. Next up, we have Michael from Oasis OS. Michael, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael. My project is Oasis OS, which is a decentralized XR ecosystem platform. Before I get into the main part of the presentation, I want to say a little bit of background about myself and the team. I've been in the VR industry for XR is the umbrella term for virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. So when I say XR, I'm referring to all those three. I've been in the VR industry for the past 3 years. I used to work for APC, running live apps through VR, early stage VR Accelerator. We've looked at applications from over 1,000 teams, less than 30 companies into 2 batches. Prior to that, I was in Amazon Web Services. The rest of my team, they're very experienced in mobile and VR game development. We've actually been working together for the past year on a music rhythm game called Future Jam, which currently has Steam. You can download it. But it was through working together over the past year and from being a VR investor that I realized that one of the bigger issues facing the entire XR industry is lack of quality content. So how are you going to fix that? One of the issues, the biggest issue actually I think is XR development tools is actually extremely complicated. So only a small proportion of total XR users around the world actually know how to use Unity or Unreal to create content. So we want Oasis OS to be the Instagram, what Instagram is to global UGC, we want Oasis OS to be for XR. So Instagram allows any amateur user to create beautiful content that they then distribute and monetize, and we want to do the same thing for XR. So how do we do that? Oasis OS stands for open, anonymous, secure, immersive, and sustainable. And using Oasis OS, everyone can create live XR experiences. So in this video, this is just the front end. You throw on your VR headset, you can manipulate the environment, you can drag and drop 3D assets like this X-Wing fighter, and this actually real working physics engine. So that's just on the front end. So users, XR users and PC users interact and create live XR experiences, and then we will tie everything together. We're in the middleware layer. We're tying everything together. That's inclusive massive stores, cloud computing, public blockchains, ad networks, mesh networks, and AI. So some use cases I'm actually very excited about that I think users can actually use Oasis OS to create content for in different verticals, including concerts, spectator sports, performing arts, AI, conferences, esports meetings, and education. So in the next video, this is actually an example of how you can use our platform to interact with Alexa, the AI agent, in virtual reality.
Could you stop with the train in that countryside-style landscaping, please?
Sure, I'm on it.
So, just giving a verbal command to Alexa, and now Alexa's creating a virtual world around it. So this is a few of our partners and investors. As I mentioned before, I used to work at APC, I have really good relations there. We've been a VR developer for the past year, so I also have partners with Oculus, Sony, Microsoft, Valve, and Unity. And currently you guys are at the demo day for hashtag Exchange. We currently raising a seed round. We have a lead investor from the cryptocurrency fund called Work. And so if anybody is interested, please chat with me afterwards. And if you're interested in investing in the decentralized XR ecosystem platform, you can check out our website at oasisos.com where we have our white paper, technical white paper. My name is Michael. My program is LEWI. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. All right. we have 2 more presentations. The next one will be a video from a company in LA. They are called Camp. And I'll leave you to Eddie to tell you what they're about. Eddie, please.
Eddie, and I'm the president of Camp. We're making a disruptive and decentralized crowdfunding platform. So $9 billion are going through rewards-based crowdfunding platforms each year. That number will be $25 billion in 4 years. Despite the opportunity crowdfunding provides, there's been a persistent problem. 85% of campaigns will delay, and up to 14% simply fail to deliver. You may have heard of one of these following campaigns in the news. These campaigns have misspent and mismanaged millions of dollars of money, and they're able to because there's no accountability or security features in the current model. Enter Camp. Camp unites blockchain technology and crowdfunding to create a system that restores trust, accountability, and collaboration to crowdfunding. Some examples of what we bring is backer insurance. So backer insurance is a security feature that holds a portion of campaign funds in escrow. Smart contracts make this possible with no centralized party that has custodianship of funds or mediation liability, and instead gives backers themselves the power to vote and hold creators accountable in a trustless way. In addition, cryptocurrency allows us to incentivize the crowd to do more than just contribute funds. Instead, they can add their skills and talents and knowledge in terms of creative tasks, other services, and receive tokens for their help. It also allows us to be more global and inclusive to a degree that Kickstarter can't. So here's a quick example of how backer insurance may work. Say I've created a laundry folding robot and I fund it on Camp. I promised in 6 months I'll show a video of the prototype folding t-shirts. I take 40% of the funds to get started and 60% is left in backer insurance. So 6 months pass and we're at the deadline. I am a diligent entrepreneur and I show a video of the robot doing what I promised. Investors are excited, they release funds, and I can continue and deliver the campaign. Alternatively, if I miss the deadline, backers are faced with a choice to get either a partial refund of their contributions, or they can still allow me to present a new plan and continue to release backer insurance from the project. Either way, backer insurance creates a powerful financial incentive for entrepreneurs to set reasonable timelines before taking funds and be accountable to their investor. Ecosystem. Now, it's a lot, but I'd like you to focus on the moderators. Moderators play a key role in decentralizing and performing user governance on the platform. They, instead of listing fees going to the platforms, who are then incentivized to just list as many campaigns as possible, listing fees instead go to moderators, who do key roles like removing scam campaigns and clear violations of terms of service. Moderators are able to do this if they have a stake of our native token called pledge coin. Doing a public sale in the coming weeks and working with a famous design firm called MetaLab. They're responsible for designing products such as Slack, Coinbase, and many others you may have heard of, and we're aiming to launch the platform next year. This is our team at Advisors. We're seasoned entrepreneurs and crowdfunding experts. In the last 5 years, we've become among the top 1% most funded teams on Kickstarter. And we're joined by advisors such as Randy Zuckerberg, who we recently went on live national TV with to talk about Camp, and Matt Persio, the VP of Data at Ripple, who's not pictured here. So we've raised $17 million so far privately. We're raising $3 million more to fill our hard cap. These are some of our investors and partners. And our ask is for you to join our sale and join our Telegram at t.me/pledgecamp. So my name is Eddie again. My email is eddie@pledgecamp.com. I look forward to connecting with you about disrupting crowdfunding with Camp.
Thank you, Eddie. Right, last but definitely not the least, Ivan from Monica.
Very nice. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready for what? For security tokens. Who's excited about security tokens so far? All right. So basically, my name is Ivan. I'm the CEO and founder of Lomica, a platform to tokenize securities. So securities are the next big thing. Who doesn't agree with that? We need to talk, right? So no more presentation. So basically, last year was huge for ICOs, for utility tokens. So now in this bear market, it was next big thing. So it's security tokens. And you may ask like, hey, if it's like the next big thing, where are they? Just give us some time. So same with ICOs, with utility tokens, you need to build some infrastructure. So basically, first ICO was like back in 2013, and then it took like 4 freaking years for the whole thing to explode. Same with security tokens. So just give it a couple more years as a kind of testing ground, and then it's going to explode. So right now, we're facing with a few issues. First of all, liquidity. Basically, there is very low secondary trading of security tokens because exchanges are just launching. So this year is going to be holding back open finance and shares policy in the United States, but other players already made an announcement. Like for example, Coinbase acquired like 3 companies just to get the necessary licenses. OKX is working on their own license, and there are like more players like T0, even Nasdaq. There are news from like Nasdaq. Regulators are also working on new rules, like for example in Singapore, they are working on the rules to support the security token trading that are going to be live in Q2 of next year. And then, like third problem is tech. So basically launching security tokens is a complicated technical problem if you want to launch it in a compliant way, because if you're doing it wrong, so you may face a lot of issues that will cost you a lot. So we're building a platform that actually kind of securities token end-to-end solution. So we have a platform that's kind of core, and then we have a protocol to support the compliant offering and secondary trading, and then we have integration with exchanges and service providers. So we're not an exchange ourselves, so we help companies to launch security tokens and to manage those tokenized securities, but we do integrate with exchanges to support the secondary trading. So the platform itself is a white label solution, which means it can be used not only by the issuers, but also by providers like investment banks, law firms, advisory firms, so they can use our technology to launch security tokens for their clients. And we have a smart securities protocol to support the compliant secondary trading. So basically, in the core of that is permission token that checking the restrictions, because you just like cannot trade securities with everyone, and you need certain restrictions to be applied, required like either by the regulations or by the issuer itself. So the revenue model is based on 2 things. So first, it's one-time setup fee that companies pay us, and then we charge a monthly subscription. So basically, the more clients we have, the more monthly subscription. And our clients are motivated to use the platform because it helps them like not only to launch the securities, but also help them to manage cap tables on the blockchain. We're fundraising 1 million equity seed rounds, so no ICO, so it disappoints some people, at $5 million pre-money valuation. So we have more than half of the round committed already. We have small allocation left, so please let me know if you will be like interested to participate. And next year we're looking to do our own security offerings when we'll see like more development in this space. So this kind of seed round is more like a pre-sale. So committed investors include a few high net worth individuals, including Colbun Hui. So if someone from Singapore, you probably know the guy. He's a corporate legend in Singapore. He's been chairman, board member, Singapore Airlines, DBS Bank, Domestic Holdings, and a bunch of other organizations. So he's very bullish on security tokens, and that's why he's invested in us, and he's been our founding advisor. So we have like a few more investors and advisors to be announced soon. And about the team, so in the core we have like 3 co-founders. I've been a serial entrepreneur based in Silicon Valley, so I just like sold my company last year. I was a logistics startup called TrackerPath, raised over 20 million in VC funding, and was acquired by the public company. My co-founder, SC Chen, is based in Singapore, so he's been a successful entrepreneur and very experienced in the financial space. And also he's been the managing director of Asia for Lottery.com security token offering. That was one of the first security token offerings that actually raised more than 40 million. Our third co-founder is actually a person that I know like for many years already, for almost like 20 years, and we've done a bunch of projects in the past, including my previous. So this is a massive opportunity. It's a multi-trillion dollar opportunity, and if you guys are interested, please join us in this massive opportunity. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
How was that?
That's good.
Okay, so I feel like last things to just mention. So let me just next slide. So that was the hashtag chain batch 0.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone. So as you can see, we have companies from different geographies, different industries, doing very different things in very different ecosystems. So different is the word that we look for, right? And I think with the 3 months program, hopefully these people found something in common, either as friends, as enemies, or as people that can work together as partners in crime in the future. So I think for us, the reason why we started hashtag chain as well was because we wanted to build a family and also a tribe. And I think that was very critical to why we wanted to start it. So I wanted to take a moment to just share a little bit about the people who essentially believed in this idea at the beginning and was like, hey, let's do it together. So the founder of one of the largest cryptocurrency mining pools, F2 pool, Shen Yu, which people know in China, this fish. I remember there was one day I went back to Beijing to visit him because I used to work for him. And I was like, hey, I want to do this accelerator. He was like, do it. The space right now needs more accelerators of different personalities, different types, different incentives to succeed. And since then, we saw Binance launch their own accelerator. We know that many other places, many other projects like Icon is doing their own as well. And we hope to actually unify some of these efforts. So for us, we're happy to share that we will be open sourcing every single thing that we have used for the accelerator in the coming weeks. So what happens is if you go to github.com/I have not registered it yet, maybe it's hashtag chain, you might be able to find all the information that we have, materials, stacks, Google Sheets, and everything that we shared with the batch. So that will be something that we hope more people in Nairobi, Kenya, in Singapore, in New York can buy their own accelerators in their own way. That will be something that we hope will happen in the community. And that was batch 0. So we are planning for batch 1. For batch 1, I think we knew that the industry always has new themes, right? And that represents opportunities for us. We definitely know where the market is today. And of course, it may not be as rosy, well, it may not have been as rosy as what it was in December last year or January. We are very, very early in this industry. And we definitely want to be here looking for the next batch of companies who will be able to power what happens in the industry in the next couple of years. And of course, like I mentioned, we want to open source our playbook, and we hope that with companies like Battleground, for example, in our batch, they will be open sourcing their code and their product as well. We're super excited about the spirit of this entire industry and want to pay it forward. And of course, if you have any questions, partnerships, whatsoever, I left my personal email here, spencer@hashtagchain.com. Just shoot me a note anytime, or refer me to anyone who you think will be a good candidate for batch 1. We have not decided on when batch 1 is going to happen and which location, but we know that it will. So just let me know if you guys have a really interesting company. So I think I mentioned who kind of helped us start it, but I didn't mention who helped us during the journey. So on my team, we have quite a few amazing individuals, and some of them are seated here today too. First of all, we have Andre. Andre, where are you? Andre. So Andre actually helped us very, very early on, designing the website, putting everything together, helped me to think about the concept, gave me a lot of very honest and brutal feedback. So thank you, Andre. We actually met at an Angel Pad Accelerator in New York. So in a way, Andre asked me earlier, hey, why are we doing in New York? I didn't answer you earlier, but I think it's a way of paying homage to the Angel Pad Accelerator, which I think we changed a lot of how I view how Accelerator should be run. I want to shout out to Carrie as well. Carrie is the head of global marketing for Coin Market Cap. You might use their website to check your Bitcoin portfolio. So Carrie is one of our most avid supporters for the accelerator and gave us a lot of really good feedback and introductions. Another person that is not here today, but in Singapore, Yang He, actually in Chinese. So he's an individual who's extremely curious, and ever since the moment I said I want to do an accelerator, he was like, let's go. Right? So he supported me a lot through the process. He came from private equity and venture background, worked with some of the largest family offices, and if you actually meet in person, you should ask him about the fried chicken industry in Asia, and he'll tell you all about it. Right? He knows the fried chicken industry extremely well, and you'll find out why. And then another person that to me has been, just really my partner in crime for #chain is Amos. Amos Go. He is a student completing his final year in college at National University of Singapore. He's one of the most entrepreneurial person I know, and he's one of those persons that I think made me believe that the younger generation have a lot of potential ahead, right? He's constantly asking for things to do, jumping on calls with the teams, scheduling meetings, just getting everything done, right? With me together. And I really thank him for for believing that we could pull this off and helping me to make it happen. Thank you, Amos. So that was it. That's the #chain Accelerator. And I hope that you find some time. Take a picture of this slide if you want to find information to talk to the teams. And the teams will be around later after this. Grab a beer, talk to them, and I'll be at the door to prevent you from going out. Thank you, everyone.